my name's Rhiannon from Blue Dog Board Games, and today we're going to do a solo playthrough of the very small box train game Isle of Trains All Aboard. Now this is not my personal copy. Big shout out to Chris over at Diary of a Lincoln Geek whose copy this is. He bought this deluxe edition plus the playmat from the Kickstarter. If you haven't heard of Diary of a Lincoln Geek before, do check them out. I'll pop the link of the website down below. They are a fantastic group of people who I'm involved with who do written reviews, articles of board game related content, Kickstarter previews, various interviews with designers and other publishers, and they also have a very cool podcast. So if you're interested in any board game related bits and pieces, which you obviously are because you're watching this video, do give them a check out. They are a great bunch of people. So thank you again for Chris for lending me this game. I also have a written review of this game as well over at Diary of a Lincoln Geek, so once again I'll pop that link in the description. So today we're actually going to do one of the little solo scenarios. This game comes with like a beat your own score variant, as well as a set of 10 little story scenarios. There's not like a huge amount of a campaign or anything to them, it's just like a little tiny story snippet and a goal. You only win the game if you succeed at gaining that goal, and then the game ends immediately. There's no score counting. If the deck of cards is depleted before you can obtain your goal, you lose. So I think we're going to try and do this one today. It's chapter 3, New People, New Lands. Just because I haven't been able to get like a huge score in this game, so it would be nice to try and get something that's like semi-decent. So anyway, it says, "Hello, we've just arrived on the island after hearing some great things from back home. We would love to see more of this land and get to know how everything works. Do you mind if we hop on board whilst you go about your daily work?" So our goal in this scenario is to gain at least 60 points, and there's no special rules. Sometimes there's different setup rules, or there's certain rules that are like restrictions in the game, but they remove those restrictions and things like that. So as long as we get 60 points before the deck of cards is depleted, we will win. So let's see how that goes. So this is the game all set up. This is my level 1 engine here down the bottom, and this is our little island. So we can be delivering things to all of these locations. This is our like draw area, so we can draw from the pile or a face-up card, and we start the game with 2 meeples, 2 people to deliver around. And we need a hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're trying to get as many points as possible. So we can do that by like delivering goods, upgrading our trains, building really fancy trains, and getting endpoint like victory points. So we get like tokens here. So let's see what is a good idea. What have we got in our hand? So we've actually started the game with a level 2 engine here. So it might be a good idea to upgrade our engine automatically. So our engine, our level 1 engine only starts with 4 carrying capacity. Every time you upgrade it, it will increase its carrying capacity. So this is a 6. And we've actually got a level 3 engine here as well that we can upgrade to. There's only 3 levels, so that's our biggest engine that we can get. So actually, I think I might do that. Yeah, I think so. So I want to upgrade this engine. When you upgrade, you only have to pay the difference. So normally this has a 3 by it, so you'd have to discard 3 cards from your hand, but as we're upgrading, we discard the difference. So this has a 1 by it, so we're only discarding 2 from our hand. I don't think I want to build a building yet. So I'm going to discard these 2. So let's upgrade you. And some of these cards, once you've built them, have a meeple by them, which means you draw a passenger from the bag. And we're going to get an orange one. Okay, so that is 1 turn. We have 2 turns on, 2 actions on our turn. What do we want to do now? These would be good to build actually, because they're quite cheap and they've got a good carrying capacity. We're getting a lot of orange people, so maybe we should look to load up orange people and deliver to the primary contract, which is 2 boxes. That could be quite good. I I think I just discarded a box carrier. Yeah, I did. That wasn't very clever. That's fine. So what I think I might do is, let's load an orange meeple. When you load, you get the bonus, which is to draw 2 cards. I am going to draw... I'm not sure. Let's draw this one. No. Let's draw from the deck. I think these ones I want to draw at some point into my hand. And then my second action, these are all actually pretty good. I could upgrade to my level 3 train already. I don't think I want to do that yet though. Let's build, oh yes I do, because, do I? I'm just thinking, upgrading will only cost me 3 cards. Then I've done it within the first couple of rounds of the game, which is fabulous. But I don't think I want to discard these ones. These are actually quite good. They're cheap and they carry lots. Okay, I'm actually going to stick with my original plan. Let's discard 3 cards. I'm going to build this one here. The level 1 boxcar. Okay. Now we don't have any cards in our hand, which is frustrating. We actually want a box. I don't know whether to sacrifice this box. Let's do that, I think. Yeah. So let's grab you and then load you up. You'll see these are all multi-use cards, so you can use it to like build a new train, like I have done with this boxcar. You can upgrade existing train cars, so this level 1 boxcar could be upgraded to a level 2 or a level 3. Or you can use it as a good, so on the side you'll have like a good, whether it's oil, coal or boxes. This one is a box, so I'm going to load this box into this train car and get the bonus of 4 cards. I'm going to grab these 2, I want these. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, so that's our 2 goes. So let's discard and draw up. Now I'm eyeing up this one I've just drawn, the level 2 tanker. It's just got quite a lot of carrying capacity. It can carry 2 oil. So I could look to potentially deliver to Devon City in the primary contract at some point. And allows me to do an additional delivery action. So I think what I might do is actually gain a load of cards to try and build that, because it costs 5, which is quite a lot. So I'm going to go and deliver this orange person, which activates this bonus here. So I can draw 5 cards. Let's grab, this is going to be too expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have a second action. Now, is that still the best thing? Because how many cards have we got? We've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could potentially build something up to 8. We've got a 9. So we've got a level 3 tanker that we could build instead. Would that be better? Probably. That carries 3 oil. But then we're starting to churn through our cards. Remember, we're going to lose the game if we don't succeed if we deplete the deck. Yeah, actually, I think we're going to do that. So that's discard 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. We've built this level 3 tanker. Okay, so we've delivered and built. Let's discard you. Okay, we've got some nice cheaper ones there, so that's good. We need oil to load into here. We also need another box, because I was eyeing up this one here. But maybe we could do a box and an oil. We could go to Flint Beach then. There we go. Let's look at that instead. I was just thinking that could be good as well, because I could load this guy, this green guy, and deliver him at the same time. Yeah, so I'm going to load green guy. draw 2 cards. So we need an oil. There's an oil. And I think I want to grab this one at some point. Why did I want the 2 box one? We're actually going to need 2 boxes anyway, so let's look at that one instead. Second action, I was going to load this oil, which will allow me to gain 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And then I can do either a delivery action or a loading action. I can't really load anything else. I could load a second oil. But I think it might be more beneficial to do a delivery action now. So I'm going to do a delivery. So I'm going to deliver to Flint Beach. First of all, I'm going to deliver my little guy to get 4 victory points. And then I'm going to deliver to the primary contract, which is 1 box and 1 oil. These go in the discard pile. And I grab this tile. So in a multiplayer game, this sort of locks it out. So only I am able to deliver to Flint Beach now. Nobody else can. I've claimed it. This also progresses the game. This is a progress tracker. But in this sort of game, I just pop this by myself. So I'm scoring 6 points at the end of the game. I also need to be mindful of the secondary contracts because they increase the points at the end of the game quite a lot. So I could be looking to get more boxes. Hopefully I will get another box car at some point. So I believe that was my second action. I find it really hard to just keep on track of that. So there we go. Let's do this. So what do we want now? We want to get rid of one of those secondary contracts. So we could do the oil. We need another box car, which we have. I also want to keep an eye out for a level 3 engine. Here we go. There's a level 3 engine. Loading a box can allow us to draw 4 cards. So that could be a good opportunity to upgrade our engine. So what I think I might do then is discard 3 of these, or hang on, let's think this through before just willy-nilly doing that. I could load a box. Which allows me to draw 4 cards and then build this box car. I think that might be a bit more efficient actually. So let's do that. Let's load a box, draw 4 cards. I want this level 3 engine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's build something. I could upgrade my engine now, or shall I build something so I could get the box car? Do I need coal? I don't need coal. So maybe we should just focus on oil and boxes. So we could look at Devon City and Camp Eagle again. Okay, I'm going to actually upgrade my engine. So the difference in the cost is 3 cards. So I'm going to get rid of, I might want that one. 1, that's my box car. 2, 3. So you go there. I get to draw another passenger. Purple. We don't want purple. Okay. I'm churning through these cards quite quickly. I need to get some points going. So we really want to build this box car now. What I could do is load, which allows me to draw 3 cards. Yes, let's do that. I'm less likely to want you. That's loading coal. So I'm going to load you into here, which allows me to draw 3 cards. That's another box card, which I won't need anymore, probably. 2, 3. These are good for discarding. I've got a delivery action or a load action. I'm going to take the load action because I don't want to deliver quite yet. And maybe we should load. Maybe I do want to deliver. I can't deliver though. You're sort of stuck to, I can't now get another primary contract. This is my primary contract, remember? So I can't deliver to another city right now. Until I succeed at getting the secondary contract. This one then flips, tucks under your engine, and you can then expand where you are delivering to. So I can't really deliver. I can deliver meeples, but I don't have any loaded. So I'm just going to take a loading action. I could load an oil. But then that's going to tip me over my hand limit. But then loading a people will also tip me over my limit. But we are going to go to Camp Eagle at some point. Let's load this oil because then we only need to load 1 more box. So we're going to take the loading action. When you are triggering like a bonus action, so this loading action is as a result of this, you don't then trigger any bonuses. So I am loading this, but now I don't get to trigger this again. It just stops a stupid amount of cascading actions, basically. I think I have 1 more action. I'm going to say that you're probably thinking, what is this woman doing? I can't remember if I've got another action. I think I've got another action. So I'm going to now build a boxcar. Yes, let's build a boxcar. Let's get rid of these 3. Build this boxcar. And there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our strength is 8, so that's fine. Right, we'll try and keep track now. So first action, what do we want to do? We want a box to load. There's no boxes out. We could try and pop that building back, which is a nice wild card. These buildings, you can build buildings as like endgame scoring things, so I should really be paying attention to them. But they can also act as like wild resources. But maybe I'll just be a little bit patient. So maybe I want a green meeple really to deliver that to here at the same time. Oh well. Let's just gain, maybe I will draw some more people then from the bag. So we're looking at Devil City and Camp Eagle after this. So maybe I will load this orange person. So let's load you then. First action. To draw 2 cards. Hope we get a box. We don't get a box. Okay. So second action then, we're going to load this oil. Just, why not? We may as well load it if we've got it. So we're going to load this. This allows us to trigger gain 3 cards. So I'm going to gain 3 from the deck. We have a box, perfect. And do a delivery or a load action. So I'm going to trigger that load action. Remember, I don't trigger the bonus because of that, which is really good because I don't want to right now. That would allow me to draw 4 cards, but I am now halfway through the deck and I really don't want to trigger the end of the game yet. So we're going to load this. I'm eyeing up this building to build at some point, and I will tell you why in a second. There we go, there's our box. So that is our second action. So we're going to discard a card, we're now on to the next round. This building here, this gives us 4 points at the end of the game, and for every person we've delivered to Camp Eagle and Flint Beach, we get an extra point. This is who we're delivering to right now, so that's really good. So I might keep hold of that. All right, so we're now fully loaded basically, I think. So our secondary contract, we could do 2 oil, which we've got here. I'm not sure you can see it all, but I've got 3 oil in total in this car. And I've got a box here and a box here. So we're going to go ahead, I think, straight away and deliver to Flint Beach as our first action. So yeah, we're going to go and deliver. So we're going to do a box and 2 oil. You can do a special delivery, which is discard any loaded people or resources. So I could discard this person here and this extra oil to draw 2 cards from the deck, but I don't want to. I don't think. So that means we have succeeded at getting the secondary contract. So we've delivered a total of 3 oil and 3 boxes. So we turn this over and we're going to be scoring 17 points at the end of the game. I think I'm just going to pop it off to the side for now, just because I know that there's limited room down here that you can see. So that's our first action. Our second action, we want to, let's eye up Camp Eagle because we have got an orange person already loaded. What I want is a box then. We need boxes to load. We don't have any boxes at all. So then let's preempt what else we want. We're gonna need, let's go for the oil. So we need 2 oil. I could load this oil, which will allow us to draw 3 cards and load or do a delivery. Maybe we should do Devon City then, because I could load this oil. That could be better. I could load this oil, which triggers me gain 3 cards, deliver. I could deliver to Devon City. And then my second action, I could do something. No. Yes. Second action, I could do something else. Should I do that instead? Whilst we wait for some boxes. Yes, we're going to do that. Okay. We're going to come down here and load you, which allows me to draw 3 cards. Let's get these out the way. 1, 2, 3. And I can deliver. I'm going to deliver both of you oils to Devon City. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am actually going to, controversial, deliver this meeple to draw an additional 2 cards. I was hoping for a box. No, that's fine. My second action then, I'm going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to build this building for extra points at the end of the game. We desperately need boxes and we desperately need more points. So where can we get lots of points? Alpine Lodge. Up here by delivering meeples, which is not getting much passenger turnover. We're doing okay on the contracts, I think, but now we're going to need coal for the secondary one. And I haven't looked at coal. I don't think I want to put you in a car. I don't want to deliver this guy because that's going to allow me to draw 5 cards, which, whilst really good, I don't want to that turnover. What I'm going to do instead then is draw this and I think just load you. Think, which allows me to draw 4. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's the end of my go. We are running out of cards very quickly. So I do have a box. I could load some oil. We need a way of carrying a little bit of coal. there's nothing here now to carry coal. I want a really cheap coal carrying place. What I wonder if I should have been doing throughout this game instead is focusing on passengers a little bit more, because that just allows you to get a little bit more flexibility in terms of whether you go for cards, points, extra actions. So I'm eyeing up this level 3 coach, but it costs 7. So I need a way of drawing 4 cards. So what I could do is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what I'm gonna do here is load this guy. No. I'm gonna take a random action, like it's not a great one. Oh no, I didn't want a purple. Okay, we're gonna load this guy. We're gonna draw 2 cards. I really want not that or that. I want a way of loading coal. So we need to discard down to 5. So I want to try and build you, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're wild. And you're way too expensive, so let's get rid of you. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to come here, draw 5 cards. This is just ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still no way of delivering coal. We're now going to build this level 3 coach for 7. So that's 1. Let's try and keep these and that. And the oil. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means I can draw 3 passenger meeples now. It also is worth 3 points at the end of the game. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we delivered him and then we built. I wonder if I should be paying my 3 just to elongate the game slightly. There's no way that we're going to get that secondary contract now. We have done so poorly in this game. This is probably one of my worst games. And this is the one I chose to record. So we just want to be generating lots of points, basically. So we could be focusing on our building. So let's actually try and load people, because they're going to give me points at the end of the game. So I could load orange person. Does allow me to draw 3, but I do gain 3 victory points. I don't know whether it's probably not worth spending those 3 to put a card on top of the deck. It's not worth it. I've got 5 cards here. I wonder if I should build a car. Alright, I think we're just going to go ahead and load again. I think we've got one more turn out of us. And I'm going to load into here so I can get the victory points. 1, 2. No, we don't have one more turn after us. So that's 3 victory points. I'm going to... How many cards have we got left? 2. We'd need to spend 6. It's not worth it. It's not worth it unless what I could do is discard down to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there a way that I could draw more cards? I won't have enough in the deck still. No, I think we're going to cut that as a loss, unfortunately. So that would be our second load action there. this has gone so poorly. So basically that means we would, end of the game, we'd have to discard down and draw, but then we've depleted our deck. We then go to final scoring, and I think I have done probably the worst I've ever done. We will see. So just grabbed a calculator ready for final scoring because I cannot calculate at the same time as talk. So to calculate the end of the game scoring, we have a look at our tokens. So we have got 10 of these throughout the game. So I was trying to work out whether it's worth me spending the 3 victory point tokens to elongate the game by 1 extra round, and whether I would then gain more points from that final round, but I don't think I would have. So built train cars, so each train car has victory points in the top left of the cars. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 here. Contracts. So we've only gained the primary contract for Devon City, so that's 5 victory points there. But we do have the secondary contract, or one of them, the better one actually, for Flint Beach, so that's an extra 17. Loaded cargo and passengers are each worth 1 point at the end of the game. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Progress train, so that's only applicable in the multiplayer game. If you trigger the end of the game, you get to take the little wooden meeple, and that's worth 1 point. And then buildings, finally. So this one here says I gain 4 points, and then I gain an extra point for every person that was delivered to Camp Eagle and Flint Beach. I really wanted to deliver more of them. I just didn't get a chance to do that in this game. And I'm just out of practice. I haven't played this one for a week or two, so usually I get into the flow of games. If I play it back to back, I can get my strategy down, but I haven't had this one out for a little bit. So that one's only 6 points. Okay. We have scored 60. Now remember, our little objective there was to gain at least 60 victory points, so we have scraped a victory there, which is great. Do not take this as a strategy guide, because I say that I am never that good at board games. It's just something that I love to do. But anyway, that is the solo mode for Isle of Trains. That is essentially how the beat your own score works, and this was just playing through one of the scenarios as well, just to give you a little bit of a taster of what other scenarios are in there. Some of them focus on primary secondary contracts. So the first one is complete the primary and secondary contracts for Billingtons and Flint Beach. The second one is to build 4 buildings. One of them is to fill at least 5 ticket tiles with their corresponding passengers. So this does allow you to explore different bits of the game, and it's not always try and get a target score. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and I will give you a very quick summary of my final thoughts in a moment. So going over some of my final thoughts on Isle of Trains All Aboard. This game is exceedingly beautiful on the table, so I will head up my final thoughts with the production of this game. I was quite astounded by how lovely everything looked. Everything is really so colourful. The artwork is really quaint and very vibrant as well. The components themselves are very well made. The neoprene player mat is a separate purchase, but is very detailed, and it really does sort of bring the game to life a little bit more. It's really lovely. It's one of the first player mats that I've played with, but I'm really enjoying that experience. The deluxe edition as well also comes with the little wooden meeples. So I believe in the retail edition you get the cardboard tokens, but the wooden meeples are really chunky. They all have very unique screen printing on them, so they're very nice. And all the cardboard in this game is very thick, so I can imagine that the retail edition will also be really nice to handle. And the cards also are all linen finish, so all in all this whole package is just stunning. It's one of the best produced games that I have personally seen, and I have a bit of a soft spot for well produced games. I really enjoy a very good quality game, so that's quite a praise in my opinion. The gameplay of this one I particularly like. From a solo perspective, I really appreciate the sort of thought that they've put into this game. So not only do they have the beat your own score, they do have one of the scoring tables as well, so you can sort of gauge how well or how not well you've done according to like the scoring like thresholds, which is really nice. It just elevates the beat your own score mode a little bit for me. But on top of that, they've designed 10 solo scenarios for this game as well. And you don't really expect that in a small box game nowadays. It's usually like a tacked on experience, and so I really appreciated that straight out the box. I've played about half of the solo scenarios now, and on one hand I've really enjoyed them, and on the other hand I felt a little bit restricted from them. Now, some of them, like the one we did today, is very much try and get as big a score as possible. You've got a target score to hit, and so you are playing and focusing on all aspects of the game to earn those points. However, some of them are more sort of focused in on a certain area of the game. So one of them, as I said at the end there, was to fill up 5 ticket tiles with your passenger meeples. So essentially you are only like focusing on like coaches to carry these meeples and taking meeples from the bag. You're looking at coaches or train cars to actually gain meeples as well. And you are only therefore focusing on small sections of the game. You are essentially ignoring all of the primary and all of the secondary contracts. So you're ignoring all of the central piece of the board or the map. And so on one hand, I really appreciate how all of the scenarios really allows you to explore different aspects of the game. Because sometimes in these games I can feel like you can fall into a little bit of a pattern and go down the same route each and every time, which therefore can feel quite repetitive. Having those scenarios which sort of hones in on a particular area can restrict you a little bit. It's just, I feel it's a little bit of a shame that you are somewhat ignoring some of the wider picture of the game. However, I don't really feel like that's too much of a problem. I think that I only felt that because I was playing like the first few scenarios, and I was a bit like, I haven't really been focusing on loading any of the other goods really. It's just passengers so far. Looking across the board of all of the goals for all of the scenarios, I feel like if you actually played through all of them, you would get to explore each and every aspect of the game, and so I don't really feel like that's much of a problem. It was just my initial impression when I played the first one or two. There were just things that I was just going through some of the scenarios feeling I don't feel like I have played Isle of Trains. I feel like I played a slightly different variant of it. But all in all, I have really enjoyed all of the scenarios so far. I think they're really cute and they're really fun, and some of them are quite challenging. I have played this one multiplayer as well, and I've really enjoyed that experience. In the multiplayer game, it plays very slightly differently in that when you are loading goods into your own train, goods or passengers, you do not trigger any other bonuses. So you can load these goods and passengers into an opponent's train to trigger the bonuses on their train cars, and you gain the benefits of that. But then they are obtaining all of those passengers and goods to deliver to primary contracts. So on one hand, it's really good to try and get all of those bonuses going, but on the other, you're just giving them free resources. So it was a really interesting balance. I thought that was a very unique concept in the game that I've not really seen too much before in other games, where I was very, very focused on what they were doing, and I was very aware of wondering whether I could fill up their train with stuff that they don't necessarily need and were focusing on, or whether it's more beneficial to actually just carry on and try and do what I'm doing. It was a really interesting game, and it plays in a good amount of time as well. These solo scenarios, one of them, if you're really like into it, I've played it in about 15 to 20 minutes. Some of them, if you're taking more of a leisurely time, can take about half an hour. Our multiplayer game did take a good hour, but that was my husband's first play of it, and we were certainly just sort of, having a casual game of it. I also really like the multi-use cards in this game. I really like how much variation there is in just the card themselves. So you can use it as a unique train car in itself. You can build it as a new train car. You can use it as an upgrade to a train car. You can use it as currency to build something else, or you can use it as a good. So there's 4 different ways you can essentially use some of these cards. You've also got the buildings on top of that as well, which enhances the replayability because they're all having a unique end game scoring criteria. So I just think that this game is very very good in terms of how it's utilised all the components. There's a very small amount of components here, but the multi-use cards are really exciting and you know, pretty ingenious. So yeah, all in all, I really like how this one plays, and as I said, I really like all of the cards and how they are used. I also really quite like the aspect of all of the island cards and claiming the routes for yourselves as well. I think it's all very clever and it works very smoothly. I do have trouble trying to remember whether I've already taken my 2 actions or not when I play the solo game. That's probably just me and my very poor memory. So I will leave that there today. That is Isle of Trains All Aboard, and thanks again to Chris and Diary of a Lincoln Geek for giving me the opportunity to play this game. Really appreciate that one. So that is all. Thank you so much for joining me today on my solo playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, please consider subscribing to the channel and you will be let know of any future releases that I do. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye!